This is the best morning of turkey hunting I've ever had in my life. I mean, just look at these mountains. I heard at least 6 different birds this morning. The one that I had roosted yesterday evening only gobbled 1 time this morning. And I got in an hour before daylight. I moved and got in on a opposing ridge from him. I figured everybody had been approaching him from the roadside, so I went and made a big loop and got in on the other side. When I was up there, I heard him gobble once, and then one pretty far off on another ridge gobbled. When he gobbled, 2 gobbled a little closer, but they was on private. That was probably, I don't know, these mountains, it's hard for me to gauge how far. I was thinking that after I made my way down here and set up, they were probably 200 yards away, where I thought they were 200 yards away 200 yards prior. But the one that had been gobbling on the next ridge over ended up being 2 over there that was gobbling, because one of them pitched over here, and not this larger tree here. Let's see, not this one, but in those limbs right behind it. In fact, he landed to where that big one was blocking his view of me. Honestly, close enough that I could have shot him off the limb. That ain't what I come up here for. I waited. Every time he'd gobble, the birds down in the bottom would gobble. They'd gobble, he'd gobble. He'd drum. I heard gobbler yelping for the first time. And I just knew, I was like, this ain't gonna work out. I want it to work out. I waited. I looking at the clock now, he was in that tree for 45 minutes gobbling while they were making their way up this hill. Every time they gobble, he'd gobble. When they started getting pretty close, he finally decided he was going to pitch down. I hadn't made a sound. I did 2 call sequences early on. But he pitched down and he landed, I mean, right here. I mean, right here, like 20 feet, 25 feet at the most. Landed right there. My barrel's like this, and when I went to move over, well, I didn't move much at all. I'm talking like centimeters. I realized I was going to end up bumping this little bush if I got all the way over here on him. So I paused, and he saw something he didn't like even without me moving, and just up and flew. Didn't putt, didn't do nothing, just exploded, gone. Well, as soon as he flew off like that, I cut sequence. When I did that, the one down the hill gobbled, or the 2 down the hill gobbled, and they were a lot closer, like a whole lot closer. So I was like, all right, I knew that wasn't gonna work out anyway. So he gobbled. I thought I saw another bird coming in. Anyway, he gobbled 2 or 3 times down over the slope. Let's see, that bird was here, he pitched down there, they were gobbling down there. After he flew off, I cut, he gobbled here. I waited a while, I didn't say another word. He gobbled here and was a lot closer, so I shifted and I turned around like this, and that sun was just about to come over those treetops right there, and I was like, man, I'm fixing to be exposed big time. But he gobbled. He got into the clearing. He gobbled on the other side of all these limbs and stuff. I don't know if you can see it because of the sun. But he gobbled over there. I shifted some more. I couldn't tell if he was going this way or that way, but then he gobbled another time, and I could tell he definitely was moving to the left, so I shifted even more. And I got around like this. I caught a glimpse of him. He looked, kept walking, got in behind this stump up here. And I did one little bubble cluck, he picked his head up, and I sent it to him. He was just on the other side of this burnt stub right here. He was standing right here. Shot him between this gap, between this tree and that one. Right there. Got a dandy of a beard on him. He's got some pretty nice spurs as well. Yes. Oh, thank you, Missouri. Much appreciated.
You ain't getting out of here alive, and you can't take it with you when you go. And the hardest part of living ain't the dying, it's the fear of everything that we don't know. We don't know. I'm picking up steam, I'm weak in the knees, oh, I'm just a native son of Tennessee.
God.